Welcome to the stage, Rob Kotler. Thank you. You might not believe this, but I wasn't always this jacked. Yeah, obviously, when I was in high school, I was bullied. My bullies used to pull me into the boys' bathroom, kind of push me around, give me a hard time, till one day I stood up for myself. And I said, hey, you girls aren't allowed in this bathroom. Ironically, one of those girls ended up asking me to the prom. Yeah, she made this beautiful hand calligraphy invitation, and then she threw it in the toilet. And then she shoved my head in there so I could read it. It's gotta be the most romantic thing a woman's ever done for me. Years later, I heard she became a dominatrix, which I guess makes sense because on prom night, I gave her a corsage, and she gave me quite a whipping. I guess I was a bad boy. But I don't judge her on her kink or how she makes money from it because she gives me a discount. Now, I've retired quite a few years ago. I know there are people who question how I could retire so young, but there's no mystery to it. There's no magic. I went to an Ivy League school. I got my MBA from a top program. I began my career as an investment banker. And soon after that, I inherited a nice chunk of money. So if you feel like you're not in the right trajectory, get up off your ass and find richer parents. Preferably ones with heart disease. Some of my friends have asked me, how does it feel not to have earned your own money? Not earned it? Huh. You lived with my mother for 18 years. I'll give you a little taste of that. When I was still living at home with my parents, they had a hot tub installed. And my mother pulled me to the side and said, now, Rob, there's just one rule. No coming in the hot tub. I was like, Mom, I'm 7. To this day, I cannot enjoy a hot tub. Or egg drop soup. All right, stay with me, stay with me. But there's good things about my mother. For one thing, she always liked driving fast cars, which was great for me when I was in high school, because then she had a Camaro Super Sport convertible. One day I borrowed it, I picked up a few friends, we drove down to the beach, I pull into the lot, this guy pulls in next to me, big guy, tattoos everywhere. He looks at me and he says, yo, fresh Camaro. Wow, it's like the coolest I ever felt. So I wanted to say something cool back to him like, you know it, or it kicks ass. So I went with, it's my mommy's. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, inherited money. I think inherited money is a lot like fake boobs. I mean, everyone can tell you didn't come by it honestly, but it can still be very attractive. When I was single, I brought a woman back to my apartment, and I just so happened to have my bank statement lying out there on the coffee table. Hey, if women with fake boobs can show you the cleavage, I can show my statement. Sure enough, I catch this woman taking a nice long glance at it, and I said to her, hello, my eyes are up here. My advice to anybody here who's single is just find someone you're compatible with in the bedroom. Personally, I think of myself as a very passionate lover, but my wife prefers to have sex with her boyfriend. A few nights ago, I woke up at like 2, 3 in the morning, and I did something I've never done before. I woke up my wife and asked her if she wanted to fool around. And I guess it was very jarring for her to be woken up like that, and with such an unprecedented question. She looked at me, she said, who are you? No, she really wasn't sure. So she texted me a 6-digit 2-factor authentication code. And she reminded me that data and texting fees might apply. Well, I typed in the code wrong, so I got blocked from her account. I tried to answer our security question, but she and I had made up the question like 27 years ago. How am I supposed to remember our anniversary date? So I called this 800 number. I spoke to a guy in India, and he said to me, well, have you turned your wife off and then turned your wife on? And then he said, do you even know where your wife's button is that turns her on? I said, dude, of course, it's right on her phone. It says Amazon. Well, obviously that didn't work out for me. So the next day, my temple was holding a fundraiser at a spa. So I went, and I got a full body massage. And as the masseuse was finishing up, she gave me a Jewish happy ending. That's right, 20% off coupon. Well, I've got to go because I've got an appointment with my prom date. Thank you very much.